This is an ABC color presentation. This is a...
Hello, I'm June Lockhart. Things you aren't using can be given new life when you give them to the Salvation Army. And the refurbishing of your items can provide work therapy to help men and women recover from complex problems. So please help. Call for the Red Shield truck. You can even take a tax deduction.
Watch Richard Rose. He's proving that epilepsy can be overcome today. Thanks to effective treatment, many people with epilepsy, like Richard, are achieving goals you never thought possible. Epilepsy, it's not what you think. Ask the people who know. Write Epilepsy Foundation of America, Washington, D.C., 20013.
WABC TV, New York.
I don't think that there is anything more difficult or more disheartening that I have to do as a rabbi than walk into a funeral chapel. I realize that no matter what prayers I read or what words I use, none will help to remove or in any way mitigate the pain that fills the hearts of the family. But I have learned, not just as a rabbi, but also as a child that has lost a parent, that you cannot have life without death, just as you cannot have sunshine without clouds, or dawn without dusk. There is a most meaningful story that is told of two children playing in a garden. All of a sudden, both of them run into the house. One child turns to her mother and says, "Mother, the garden is such an ugly place to be in." "Why do you say that?" asked the mother. "Because wherever I turn, I see roses, but each rose is surrounded by thorns that hurt me." The other says, "Mother, the garden is a beautiful place to be in." "Why do you say that?" Child answers, "Wherever I turn, I see thorns, but each thorn is surrounded by roses." Let us remember that while some people only see thorns, others see roses. Thus, if today we cry, yesterday we most likely smiled with our beloved. If today we are impoverished, yesterday we were enriched. And if today we feel thorns, then yesterday we beheld roses.
This is station WABC TV New York, Channel 7, key station in the ABC television network. WABC TV studios are located at the ABC Television Center, 7 Lincoln Square, New York. Programs are transmitted from the top of the World Trade Center in Manhattan with a frequency of 174 to 180 megahertz. WABC TV operates on Channel 7 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. Now speaking for the entire staff, this is Wally Parker wishing you a pleasant good night and inviting you to join us this morning at 6:25 for more outstanding entertainment on Channel 7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Channel 7, WABC-TV, New York.
You're watching Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Ernie Anastas and Roz Abrams, Sam Champion with weather, and the Eyewitness News team. Now, Eyewitness News.
Later in Eyewitness News, WNBC Radio will be signing off for good as a channel swap takes place.
The sounds of WNBC Radio will be silenced in a few minutes. Garrett Glazer will tell you how they're signing off for good.
Back in the news, we have this story for you tonight. You know, for 62 years, WNBC Radio has been part of New York, but no more. The station has been sold, the call letters are changing, and so is the format. Entertainment reporter Garrett Glazer is here now with details on the changing of the dial. Garrett?
Ernie, Roz, at exactly 5:30 tonight, MS Broadcasting will transfer its all-sports WFAN radio from 1050 to 660 on the AM dial. That frequency has long been home for the flagship radio station of the National Broadcasting Company, NBC. That is, until NBC, part of RCA, was sold to General Electric, which soon decided it would get out of the radio business. A farewell get-together in the corridors at the station today. A chance to say goodbye and good luck. $1 Million morning man Don Imus will keep his job. He'll report to new management Monday. He did not want to talk today. Sportscaster Don Criqui is another survivor.
Well, they're great call letters, you know, in this business, and I guess it's part of the evolution of radio that they go away.
General Manager Peg Kelly told me some here are sad, others relieved that the dark day is finally here.
Well, I guess you could just say it's a business decision. GE bought NBC a couple of years ago and made the decision to get out of the radio business.
Back in the newsroom, it was quiet and sad. And in business affairs, Harvey Eckstein was still at his desk, as he's been for 31 years.
I'm really sad about not so much me going, but the fact that the station will just completely disappear when people turn on WNBC in the morning. There will be no WNBC.
But the end of WNBC Radio is also something else, for this is a station that made history, that broke new ground back when broadcasting was in its infancy. The biggest stars in the world worked for NBC Radio: Bing Crosby and Bob Hope, Eddie Cantor, Groucho Marx, Al Jolson, Jimmy Durante, Red Skelton, Fanny Brice, Burns and Allen, Ozzie and Harriet, Jack Benny and Mary Livingston.
Everybody dance!
Tonight, WNBC air personality Alan Colmes will preside over the final sign-off.
I've listened to the station since the early 1950s when Bill Cullen was the morning man. To be the one to preside over the final moments is the greatest honor I've had in my career. But it's so sad to see the dismantling of the radio empire of NBC. This is radio. NBC is synonymous with radio. The company was founded on radio, and this is called Radio City. So to lose that is saddening.
WNBC Radio 66 AM meets its demise in its 66th year on the air. Proof, if you need it, of just how profound and turbulent are the changes going on in broadcasting in this country today. You know, 660 AM is a clear channel, 50,000-watt station. You can hear it in 35 states at night, which is why it's so valuable to broadcasters.
So many of us have had a background in radio, so we take a moment to salute the great moments on WNBC Radio over those many years.
Sorry to see you go.
Yep. Thank you, Garrett.
Says a home run at a Yankees game helped her get a heart transplant. We're going to have those stories tonight after Oprah on Eyewitness News at 5. And you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
You as well. Thank you so much, Charlotte. And we are glad to have you on this historic day, at this historic moment. We've been talking for months about the digital transition. Now it is finally happening.
We are on the brink. Analog. At 12:30, we will officially make the switch to digital TV. Now to the big moment. Bill?
Not just one of our control rooms, the place where we're going to push the switch, and you're going to see that in less than 2 minutes. This really is a historic moment, Ken and Lori, as the hourglass on analog runs out. You know, most people in the tri-state, the overwhelming majority, already have digital. But there was always a choice in the matter. That choice is no more as of 12:30. It is really a big change in the way we communicate.
It's been more than 80 years since the invention of television, and really, few things have changed our lives more. In the first years of commercial broadcasting, TV was limited to just a few live programs and newsreels, a few hours a day. Color changed the landscape dramatically, and then cable turned TV on its ear. Some of us remember when television stations used to sign off in the wee hours of the morning. That doesn't happen anymore. And even though analog TV is going away and the new digital Channel 7 is taking its place, Channel 7 and Eyewitness News will still be here, being part of your life for all the future history yet to come.
Well, we are getting ready. I'm going to turn my back a little bit to you. We have about 35 seconds until this happens. Now, for those of you who already have digital, who have cable, who have Fios, who have a satellite, you're not going to see anything. We are going to be here the same as we always have. For those of you who have analog, in about 25 seconds, 20 seconds or so, your signal will go off. If you have a converter box, you're going to need to reboot that converter box. We've been talking to you a lot about that. We want no viewer left behind. This is a change in the way we communicate, and in about 10 seconds, the old analog way that has ushered in television for the last 60 to 70 years will be no more. We're going to count down to 4, 3. Bill Beam is going to push the button over here. 2, 1. Bill, push the button.
Both should be off, and the Digital 7 should be coming on.
Digital 7 should be coming on. Now, if you have digital television already, nothing's changed. You've just seen our control room. Our digital era has now begun. Congratulations. We should be singing Auld Lang Syne. Where's the balloons and the ball drop? I feel like Ryan Seacrest here. We have, if you have a converter box,
Okay, yep, it's on.
we hope you rescan it, because right now you will not be seeing anything. If you're at work watching this, if you're at someone else's house watching this, and you have a converter box at home, when you get home, make sure that you scan, rescan, and reboot your digital converter box, because that's the only way. Because we've done this signal switch, I'm not going to do all the PhD stuff to explain why you need to do this, but trust me, you need to reboot your converter box so you'll be able to see us and all your favorite Channel 7 programs and ABC and Eyewitness News beginning at 5 o'clock today. This is an historic day, Ken and Lori. We are now 1 minute and 6 seconds into the total digital era. Analog is so pre-1230. And we say goodbye to that. So I felt a tingle at 12:30. I hope you all did too. We are still the same Channel 7, and
That's
we
right.
thank all of you for being here for all these many decades. And we hold hands and march together into this new digital era, and who knows what life has to hold for us.
Feel kind of hip, don't you? Now?
I feel so cool right now. Yeah.
You look so purely high def. Thank you, Bill. All right, sir. And of course, it is an exciting time. We're going to be with you every step of the way.
And if you have friends and neighbors, family members who are having problems with the transition, you'll want to pass the information along. Our phones will be here, staffed today and all over the weekend to ensure the viewers can keep watching. The number you want to call, 212-456-7000. That's 212-456-7000. Or you can call the FCC as well. Their hotline, you can go to our website. Thank you for being with us.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.